Paul, do you think you've done enough?
I'm supposed to be on.
Have a look through there when you're gone.
I ain't gonna go now. I'm going on.
It's all
See you later,
It's not working.
in a while, crocodile. It is, it's on.
Daisy, don't.
Hello, I'm going to go now.
Paul, can I have a look?
Oh!
Can I have a look through there?
No, that me.
Come here.
There.
Can I?
Boing!
Let's sit over there. Let's sit over there.
Through there.
Where's Daisy?
There. Can I have a look?
To play for in Premier
I
Passions.
lie in bed on the night when I can't get to sleep.
Changing rooms is changing channels.
It'll either be a lovely surprise or a horrible shock.
Adorable furry creatures on Wildlife and One and Vets in Practice are growing in confidence.
Does he have a name or is he just a duck?
Just a duck.
The war's hotting up in Goodnight, Sweetheart. There's a new series of 2.4 children. And plump up your cushions for Mrs. Merton.
But whose bottom will adorn the sofa of dreams?
That's February on BBC One.
Oh, lovely.
It's the stand-up show here on BBC One at 5 to midnight after Match of the Day with Desmond Lynham.
Good evening. Going into this afternoon's Premiership games, Manchester United with a 5-point lead were 9-2 on for the Championship. Tonight we have the match involving their two nearest rivals who met at Anfield, Liverpool and Blackburn. And vital roles today for two men who should play a prominent part in this summer's World Cup. Liverpool and England's Paul Ince, and Blackburn and Scotland's Colin Hendry. Thomas Brolin played in the last World Cup, but Sweden haven't qualified this time. Tonight we'll see him play for Crystal Palace against the club who discarded him, Leeds United. Two former Palace players were in the Leeds team, Nigel Martin, the goalkeeper, and their captain, David Hopkin. Trevor Sinclair's wish to play in the Premiership again came true this week as he moved from QPR to West Ham. He would be up against West Ham old boy Slaven Bilic of Everton. So 3 main games there, plus all the other Premiership goals as usual. And Alan and Trevor will tell it how it was and how it might have been. But first we bring you the story of what happened at Old Trafford. Manchester United unbeaten there all season against Leicester City, going through a poor spell. Gerald Sinstadt reports.
In just over 3 months at Old Trafford, Manchester United have scored 30 goals, conceded 2. The statistic took a little dent when Tony Cottee put Leicester ahead. Only his second goal for the club and his first on this ground after 15 years of trying. Even so, with more than an hour to play, only a small sensation. A chance to redress the balance was set up by Ryan Giggs for Andy Cole. On recent form, just the man. But not this time. In the second half, some typically intricate United play fed Cole in again. But here, Casey Keller takes the credit rather than Cole the blame. For most of the second half, United stormed forward. Leicester struggled to get out of their own penalty area. But Teddy Sheringham missed the last clear chance and the job was done. When the whistle went, United had been beaten for the third time in 4 Premiership matches. Leicester had become the first visiting team to take 3 Premiership points from Old Trafford since Derby County won there back in April.
At what point did you know you were playing?
2 o'clock, so didn't have too much time to think about it or get nervous. But I found out 2 o'clock when the manager announced the team.
It's a magnificent result for us, and it's all right turning around and saying we deserved it. I thought our first half performance to come here and actually take the game to Man United was terrific.
It was a great performance from the lads, not just my goal, but it was a great performance from the boys. And in the end, although they had a lot of chances, I think we deserved the win.
The lads are absolutely delighted, and I was nearly going to say we beat the champions, but it may well be.
Big upset there, and that was just what Liverpool and Blackburn wanted. Whoever could win their match at Anfield would be just 2 points behind the champions, and it would all open up again. The commentary comes from John Motson.
A crowd approaching 44,000 includes the England coach Glenn Hoddle 2 days before he announces his next squad, and he'll be checking on the form of 3 of his striking options. Blackburn's Chris Sutton has scored 15 goals, and he made his international bow as a substitute in England's last match against Cameroon. Robbie Fowler played from the start then and scored, but since the turn of the year he hasn't scored in the Premiership. So 18-year-old Michael Owen is 1 behind Fowler in the scoring stakes, and maybe right on the shoulder of other strikers in Hoddle's mind. Paul Ince, Steve McManaman and possibly Dominic Matteo will all take the eye of the England coach, but he won't be watching Jamie Redknapp. Keyhole surgery will keep him out for 3 weeks. So there's a chance in midfield for Jamie Carragher, who had his 20th birthday last Wednesday. Blackburn goalkeeper Tim Flowers will be keen to press his England claims. Stuart Ripley, injured on his England recall and then again at Sheffield on Monday, is fit to resume, and so is Gary Croft at left back. So there's no place today for Damien Duff. Gary Flitcroft is still suspended. Tim Sherwood, the captain, could be an England outsider. He's just agreed a new contract with Blackburn. Paul Durkin is the referee, and Anfield is really bubbling at kick-off today. Leaving aside Manchester United for a moment, this could be billed as the most important match of the season so far, certainly for those behind them. Bearing in mind, of course, that the runners-up in the Premiership will also go into the Champions League. Blackburn in their hard shirts will be attacking the Kop end in the first half. Only beaten 3 times in the league this season. But here's Robbie Fowler for Liverpool, themselves in a rich vein of form in the league. McManaman. Leonardson's in the centre. This is in by McAteer. And Blackburn hesitating a bit there. There's an appeal for handball. It's not been given, and the ball was finally cleared by Onchot. And Ripley now breaks for Blackburn and gets tugged back a little bit by Harkness. Well, Blackburn will no doubt try and shut Liverpool down as they did Sheffield Wednesday so successfully on Monday, but they are playing with 2 wide men, Ripley and Wilcox, and the idea is to get the ball into Gallagher and Sutton, this dangerous strike force, now nicknamed Gas, as opposed to the old SAS when it was Shearer and Sutton. Liverpool don't perhaps have the same sort of target man as Sutton, but they do have Owen and Fowler to pester the Blackburn defence. Oh, that's a foul on Jeff Kenner by Leonardson. Well, Sutton will be on the end of these, I would think, if Blackburn have their way. In fact, he's got Gallagher very close to him indeed, occupying 3 Liverpool defenders, those 2. That was off Sutton's head, and Paul Ince tries to clear it, hit Gallagher, and that's a good save by David James, who had to be quick to get the rebound as well. You just can't ignore Gallagher for a second these days. Wilcox was coming in, had the ball come back off the keeper. Or rather, if he hadn't gathered it the second time. Here's Sutton. Leonardson to McManaman. Now here's Harkness. Leonardson, oh, the flag's gone up. Only just against Robbie Fowler, surely. Gallagher there, getting in the first strike of the game, and look at that for a volley across the face of the goal. James was alert to it. Little touch by Owen. Now McManaman in full flow. Oh yes, he has found Michael Owen, and Michael Owen's found a way through for Liverpool. What a good saving challenge. Stefan on show again, I think. This is Gallagher at the other end against Babb. Well, Owen appeared to have picked his way through, but cover with a capital C in the Blackburn Rovers defence. Tim Flowers didn't have to make a save from Owen, because the men in front of him did the right thing. This is McManaman who spreads the play. Owen gets away first time, but look at the way Onshow came across. Sutton, intelligent header back, well cushioned to Ripley, and Sutton goes again immediately. Got off onto a run. This is Gallagher. Wilcox to his left, and coming up as well is Gary Croft. Mishit that completely. And McManaman again starts Liverpool moving. This is Fowler shaking off Hendry. Nakatir to McManaman, and now Ince. Leonardson's well forward in this attack. This is Robbie Fowler going through for Liverpool. Flowers saves the day for Blackburn, just. Well, there were two players there in England contention. Robbie Fowler, whose goal against Middlesbrough he hopes means a return to form, but Tim Flowers, who knows with Seaman out of the squad and Walker, he's got a great chance of being named by England on Monday, and he distinguished himself there. Read the way Fowler wanted to go. Sherwood. And McManaman gets the ball for the first time since he received treatment. Tries to find Fowler. This is Ince now for Liverpool. Paul Ince, good save. Splendid move though. McManaman, little touch there to Ince from Fowler, and Flowers down well. Oh, good pass and good turn. This is Fowler. McKinley comes in behind him now. McKinley will claim he took the ball, but the offence is the tackle from behind. I took the ball, you can lip read that. But the referee deems that he took the man as well. And this gives Liverpool a free kick in an advantageous position. This is what happened. He did get a toe to the ball, there's no doubt about that, but the referee saw it as a dangerous tackle. Fowler. Well, it was a good effort. It's going to be retaken, I think. I don't think Mr. Durkin was... Or is it? Well, Tim Flowers turned it behind. Surely that's got to be a corner at the very least, hasn't it? Well, I was a bit perplexed about that, but unless there was somebody offside or something, I'm not quite sure why Liverpool didn't get their corner. And Sutton's there, and this is where they're so dangerous. And Sutton goes for goal. Oh, and grabbed by James as Gallagher came in for the kill. Chris Sutton really is having a towering time at the moment. That was a fine effort. David James grabbing at the second attempt as he did the first time from Gallagher earlier in the game. Well, the league table suggests there's nothing to choose between these two teams, and there wasn't in the first half. Kevin Gallagher had one early strike and was always a threat, along with Sutton, and Fowler found his way blocked by Tim Flowers. So it's Liverpool 0, Blackburn Rovers 0, and this big crowd remain expectant. Well, in the half-time interval, one or two supporters mystified by what happened here. Fowler's free kick hits Paul Durkin on the head, and in that moment, I don't think the referee realised Tim Flowers had turned it round the post. It should really have been a corner, but had Flowers not saved it and the ball got in the net, it would have been a goal, even though it hit the referee. Well, Patrick Berger is on for the second half for Liverpool, and from their point of view, sadly, they've lost Steve McManaman, who's suffering from a tight hamstring. He took treatment halfway through the first half, but he's not coming back. So Berger gets his chance. He's been out of the picture for quite some time, the man from the Czech Republic. This is Robbie Fowler to Leonardson, and you can't help thinking back
substitution for Liverpool is number 15
to the day here 2.5 years ago when Blackburn, before Roy Hodgson's time of course, were seen to win the championship on this ground, even though they lost the match. A most incongruous afternoon, but a very dramatic one for all that. And again Jason Wilcox making in, oh no he wasn't. I think he was trying at first to find Sherwood. Leonardson, it was back to Carragher, it was touched on by Fowler to Berger. Oh, this is Owen! Lovely sidestep, good save by Flowers, but surely Leonardson! Oh, what a block by Hendry. Amazing stuff by the goalpost by the number 5, after Flowers had saved the initial effort. Liverpool there, well, they were already celebrating in the stands, but it wasn't to be. Resilient Blackburn resist again. Hendry the hero, corner to Liverpool. And Fowler's there after Carragher had got to the original corner. Now it's Sherwood to clear. Well, Michael Owen's little step over the ball had thrown the defender there, but this is McKinley to Gallagher. And on this side of the pitch, Jason Wilcox and Chris Sutton. And it still isn't really away. It is now, and the game is opening up. Possibilities now at either end. Berger puts the ball through to Owen. Stretching there again was Hendry. He's a colossus. And that's onside, says the assistant referee, as Gallagher gathers and finds Ripley. Sutton's the target. That's a good tackle by the Liverpool captain Ince. Well, it's Berger, and it's Owen. He's got Leonardson behind him, Fowler to his left, Berger! Jeff Kenner this time saves Blackburn. And Ripley looks for Sutton on the break. Those in the clock stand urging Liverpool forward again. McAteer. They've got the scent now, Liverpool, but they've still got to get past a very dogged Blackburn setup. Carragher. It's going to come to McAteer. It's Patrick Berger. Well, Michael Owen did all the right things there. It's Berger who puts him through. Little step over here, I think, yes, it's clever. And he's gone the other side of Hendry here, Owen. Then he gets the shot in. Now Flowers makes the save, and as Leonardson comes in for what looks like an easy goal, look at Colin Hendry. How much ground has he made there after being bypassed by Owen? Owen's coming very deep here. And he did awfully well too. Paul Ince got 3 others up ahead of him now for Liverpool. Looks for Fowler. Carragher finds McAteer. Owens comes short, he's taking on McKinley. But he ran out of space, Jason McAteer. And in doing so, he's got an injury and his signal says it's gone. Jason McAteer is really hurt. Oh, he's in pain there. That's a very difficult moment for the Liverpool number 4. He was running down towards the line with Billy McKinley, who had his arm on McAteer's, but it was the way he fell, McAteer. He's done something there which he knew immediately was serious. And the applause is for Rob Jones initially, who's a big favourite here, even though he himself has been so cursed by injury in his time. Well, the moment Jason McAteer went down, you had the awful feeling that something serious had happened. Well, the game resumes almost in silence for the moment. Rob Jones is on, wearing number 2. Gallagher goes again, shadowed by Matteo, who's done enough, I would have thought, to impress Glenn Hoddle this afternoon. Dominic Matteo. This is Owen. Fowler makes a run down the centre. There's support there from Leonardson as well. This is the first touch for Rob Jones. Now it's Ince. Fowler going left to right. Berger's up there also, and Ince gets knocked off it by Billy McKinley. That's a free kick. Now Patrick Berger, who is left-footed, is standing behind Paul Ince. And the conversation has ensued between them. And Berger uses his left foot, and that could have come back to Fowler with any luck at all for Liverpool, but it didn't. Berger again. Babb. Harkness. 3 waiting in the centre for a cross. Leonardson. That's a corner. Tim Flowers must have got a touch. It was a searing shot for the near angle here by Øyvind Leonardson. Or did it just catch the defender, I wonder, as it then clipped the outside of the goal? Anyway, it's a corner. That's Carragher's header. Ooh. Again, Blackburn covering in front of the goalkeeper expertly. But they need to do so again here. That's Hendry. Face in the crowd, that of Glenn Hoddle. This is Patrick Berger. Owen. Michael Owen! Flowers had to hold it. There's always somebody coming in for a possible rebound. Goalkeepers have to be compact, and he was. Ripley. Now we've got Matteo marking Sutton again here. It's still rather cat and mouse, this game. Matteo widens the play out to Harkness. Berger comes short. Carragher. Fowler starts a run now, pursued by Onshaw. And it's off him that the ball comes. Liverpool throw. Harkness to Carragher. Ince. Fowler jumps. Owen's there. Carragher's there too. This is Fowler. He played it straight to Hendry. Now it's come out to Berger. And Liverpool start all over again. It's still in play with Harkness. Little back heel from Berger. And here he is again, Patrick Berger. And here's a chance for Robbie Fowler. It just isn't going for him at the moment. And you can see by his expression, but Patrick Berger is beginning to make inroads into the Blackburn defence. He really is. He figured in that attack twice. It's Steve Harkness here who puts it into Berger. He goes at them, he lays it on to Fowler. Well, often those finish up in the far corner, don't they? But not today, and not for Fowler just at the moment. Well, Roy Hodgson thought very carefully about his tactics and his team selection for this match. And as things stand, I'm sure he would see this as a very good point away from home. I imagine Blackburn will be quite comfortable if the ball stays in that part of the field. This far into stoppage time. Chris Sutton Trying to get it down in the corner there. And that is Sutton. Blackburn have it. This is Duff. Well, with 5 minutes of stoppage time already played, Blackburn have got themselves a corner. Sutton saying, hold on, don't deliver it yet, but they have to Sherwood. This is Wilcox now. No, it's Croft next. And again. Well, you couldn't separate them this morning, either on points or goal difference, and you can't separate them at Anfield this afternoon. The match somewhat overshadowed, unfortunately, as Hendry applauds the fans by what looked like a serious injury to Jason McAteer. But the final score in front of the England coach is Liverpool 0, Blackburn Rovers 0. And in terms of cutting down the lead that Manchester United have, I suppose you could say that this big occasion didn't really end with any help for either side.
A lot of people have had a lot to say about Liverpool this season, and yourself in particular. You're very much still in the Championship race, aren't you?
Well, I'm entitled to say a fair bit about them because I am the manager of this team, so I think it is only fair that I say it. Some of the criticism we've had over the season has been very unfair. We've always maintained we're still in it. That is backed up by today's performance, although we'd like 3 points. We've gained a point on the leaders. There's four or five clubs in the chasing pack. That puts pressure on. Hopefully, if we continue to work as hard as we've done today, we'll get something out of this season.
On reflection, did you think they had the better of the chances?
Yeah, I think they probably did. The game was, decided by two fantastic blocks, one by Stefan Heinze in the first half and one by Colin Hendry in the second. They certainly had the better of the possession in the second half. We had to work very hard to contain them, but they didn't have an enormous number of goal chances, and I thought, especially in the first half, we were quite dangerous on the break, somewhat less so in the second half. If the game was going to be won, of course, it would have been the home side that would have done it, but I don't think we need to apologise too much for having taken our point.
Your partnership with Colin Hendry looks as though it's becoming very formidable.
Yeah, I think Colin is a very, very good player with a lot of experience. And so for me, I am only 23 and I come in England. It's a little bit different from Germany. It's a quicker with many challenges. It's good to play with a player who has many experience.
What was the feeling in the dressing room after the game when you realised that Manchester United had lost?
Yeah, we were quite pleased with our performance today, and to get the point. We were down about not getting the 3 points, but then when we heard that, obviously you're going to be happy with another point closer to Man United. So an unexpected drop of 3 points, but we're delighted with it.
Garth Crooks put in the question, and it was later confirmed, unhappily, that Jason McAteer, who you saw carried off at Anfield, has broken his left leg and he could be out for the rest of the season. Now, in a sense, Liverpool and Blackburn did Manchester United a favour there, didn't they, really? I mean, they had a real chance to get within 2 points.
Yeah, both clubs only wanted 3 points. I thought Liverpool had the better of the chances, but Blackburn are a very good side and they've got good tactics. They get men behind the ball and they hit the break. And if you're playing against a team that are good at getting men behind the ball, you need one of two things. Either somebody that's really good in the air, so you've got Owen and Fowler, you haven't got that, or somebody that's inventive and creative round about the final third. Redknapp, who's been great in the last 6 weeks, was injured. McManaman, who was hugely influential in the first half, went off with a hamstring, so it was always going to be difficult. But the Blackburn defence and keeper were absolutely magnificent. Onshaw and Henry gave a great lesson in position and cover. Anybody watching football, central defence is all about position and cover. But Onshaw was terrific individually as well. Owen got him under pressure here, and look at that. That is a bit of class. And then chips the ball to Sherwood, and Blackburn are on the attack. This is all about defence and cover. Owen goes past the first man, Onshaw waits and then takes it off him. Now if you think this is a good block, it is fantastic, because if you watch Onshaw here, look at the ground he has got